I fixed her up and got her running, but without any discs to read, I've mostly been using her as a paperweight. Sounds like what I'm looking for. How much do you want for it? Well, I admit I'm a little loath to part with her. There are plenty of folks out there who'd really appreciate an older player such as this. I don't know what your intentions are for it. I suppose, given the time and trouble I put 500. Well, I can intimidate him. Uh, do I want to be a jerk? Can I offer you something in trade? Tell you what, a few months ago I had call it a difference of opinion with that Buragazzi fellow from the soy calf shop. He hasn't let me in his establishment since, and I'd sell my mother for a decent cup of coffee. Oh, well. Well, it just so happens that I have a cup of coffee. Yay. Yay, I saved money. Or at least I hope I did anyway. How much karma do I have? Oh, I've got 10 karma to spend. We'll save that. Alright. Well, actually, let's go in and spend it. No, never mind. I won't spend it. Seems that Amcel has assembled a team in your absence. They stand in a group around the old display that you had Mali send deliver. On their face, you can see excitement and apprehension, curiosity and dread. Good, this should only take me a moment. Well, don't keep us in suspense. Start the damn thing already. Farouk went to the trouble of fetching everything. Let him do the honors. Alright, so we've got like a bunch of stuff to get through here. Soft whirring sound fills the air as the ancient DVD player spins the disc up to speed. The screen goes black, and a cheerful digital chiming sound spills out of the display speakers. Crackle of static fills the air, coupled with a shrill electronic whine. After a few moments, the display goes live, and a disheveled-looking man appears on the screen. His eyes glitter with excitement. So it's August 15th, 2034? No. September 15th. Hermie, I think we found her after all this time. First, Wingo, I knew she wasn't dead. Uh-oh. She survived the Dragonfall just like I've always said. I knew it, and I was right. Uh-oh. Taking the team into the SOX to retrieve her. The radiation be damned. We will take appropriate precautions, of course, but we must go. Hermie, I think that the body may be nearby as well. Somehow she has survived for all of this time. May not be back for some time. Look after Mom, okay? I worry about her. And Hermie, stay safe out there. I know that things are heating up in Berlin, and I know you. Student protest, civil uprising. You'll be in the middle of it, I'm sure. Just stay safe, alright? And I'll do my best to do the same. I don't know what's going to happen when I step into the SOX. But I do know one thing. If the Fire Wing is still a danger, I will put an end to her once and for all. Track 2. The late Client Green Winters. His elbow is planted on the table he's sitting at, and his chin rests on his palm. The other hand is wrapped around a bottle of cheap whiskey. So that's recent. Found the message Adrian left me all those years ago. Got it cleaned up as best I could. Strange hearing his voice again. It's good to hear him, even if he did insist on calling me Hermie. Dr. Adrian Vauclure, the hero of the people, the Dragon Slayer, my brother. Hard to believe it's been almost 20 years. Alright, so I'm going to start recording these DVDs again, for me, for Adrian, for whoever might wind up watching them. Every time I do this, it winds up feeling like a waste of time, but I keep doing it anyway, on the off chance that I'll find something important. If I stumble into the clue that leads me to my brother, I know that I'm going to want it on film. I've been doing this for almost 20 years now, after all. No sense in quitting now. Christ, 20 years. All this time and still no leads, even with all of my contacts and my resources. Even with my legendary bullheadedness, I've made no progress at all. I haven't turned up a single goddamn thing. Want to hear something funny? The closest I've gotten to a clue was a rumor. Apparently, a team emerged from the SOX a while back. Nobody's clear on the date, but, and get this, supposedly they vanished without a trace. Not much of a rumor, considering I already know that you're gone, big brother. I live with that every day. Excuse me. There's a grinding sound from the DVD tray, and the Green Winter's image appears on the screen. Alright. Stumbled upon this archival footage of Fireswing's original attack, months before the Dragonfall. Easy to forget how devastating it was. Adrian saved a lot of people by bringing her down. I've got the footage all queued up to play, starting it now. Additional comments to follow. It's difficult to make out what you're seeing at first. The scene is dark and smoky, and the telltale flashes of emergency vehicle lights flicker on the periphery of the screen. The camera pushes in, and you can make out two figures standing in a ruined landscape. All at once, the sound cuts in. Again, for those of you just joining us, we are coming to you live from Stolberg. A few hours ago, the Dragon Firewing launched an unprovoked attack on the Sleepy Harz mountain town, and you can see the results behind me: fire, ashes, and blood. We are joined tonight by a survivor of this latest and most horrifying attack. Sir, I understand that you've been through a terrible ordeal. Thanks for taking the time to speak with us tonight. If you could, sir, could you please tell the people at home about your experience of the attack? It was horrible, just pure chaos. Many people are dead, people I knew, roasted alive, or trampled to death trying to escape. My own house was burned to the ground during the attack. My family, we have nothing now. You all made it through the attack, though. Your wife, your kids? Yeah, we made it, thank God. We rode out the attack in the small shelter, me, my wife, and our 2 daughters. The shelter, it protected us, but the heat was just unbearable. We couldn't have stayed in there much longer than we did. How long were you holed up in there? 3, maybe 4 hours? I don't know. We just stayed inside until the heat died down and the screaming stopped. And what happened after that? When it was over, when the air cooled down, we stepped outside. There was nothing left. Just smoldering wreckage and this dense cloud of black, oily smoke and the stench in the air. God, that smell. It smelled like roasting meat. There was a long pause. From the tortured look on his face, you can tell that the man is struggling to decide whether or not to continue speaking. Eventually, he does. My girls, they found what was left of their nanny outside. Her body, what was left of it, was slumped against the shelter door. I kept telling myself that I couldn't hear her pounding to get in, but it wasn't true. I could. I just couldn't bring myself to open that door. I couldn't risk my family like that. Not for her. Not for anybody. Thank you, sir, for taking the time to speak with us. You heard it here, an absolutely chilling account of tonight's attack. Again, the town of Stolberg has been reduced to ash, another victim of the Firewing. Stay with us for more up-to-the-minute reporting on Firewing's Reign of Terror. Okay, it's time for a new approach. Adrian's a complete dead end. That much is pretty clear now. So I'm going to do some digging on Firewing instead. Let's see where this goes. Well, that was a bust. Little progress on Firewing either. I don't know, it's weird. The information is there, it's just wrong somehow. It's too well laid out, too simple. Real life is messy, and this feels just a little too neat. That's not the only thing that's nagging at me. I'm getting that tingling feeling all up and down the back of my neck again. Feels like I'm being tracked. I'm no Matrix hotshot like Clockwork or Schaefer, but I'm good enough to know when someone's on my scent. Gotta install some new security measures. Can't be too careful. Alright. So it's a little bit later. Oh yeah, he's Christ, I'm getting too close to something. There's a trail of bodies. There have been disappearances. Gearbox, Mercian, Peregrine, they're all disappeared within the last few years. Gearbox just went AWOL yesterday. They were all making the same sorts of inquiries about the Firewing that I've been. There have been ghost stories spreading around the Decker community. Stories about Deckers disappearing, then showing up again later, but wrong somehow. Scary stuff. I'm starting to think that it's true. I know the stories he's talking about, Chief. Never really put much stock in them, not until now. Could these rumors be related to what's happening here? Am I being paranoid? No, I don't think so. Something big is happening here, and I'm right in the middle of it. That's a bit of a leap. One other thing, Tolstoy told me a story about a kill team that might be related to all of this. Apparently, a Decker named Hellbore posted a theory about Firewing to the Shadowlands BBS about 5 years ago. About an hour later, a military spec team showed up in meat space and cooked her entire apartment with her in it. If what Tolstoy told me was true, Hellbore live posted the event. She described her killer, this great big orc with skin grafts. Then the whole thread disappeared, gone without a trace. Leap, Iger Love. Sounds like he's on the right track to me. Iger holds her silence, but concedes the point with a small nod. I'm going to go ahead and say it. This has got to be Firewing. All of it. Adrian was right about her. She's still alive, and she's out of the SOX. She's covering her tracks, working the shadows, preparing to rise again. And that means that I have to find you, Adrian, for everyone's sake. Excuse me. Thankfully, I've got a lead. For the first time in 2 decades, I've got a solid goddamn lead. I backtracked all the Matrix nodes that Hellbore was looking into, back before she got cooked. Whoever's been purging the Matrix didn't think about that, and I found that she'd turned up. Winter stabs a few keys on his keyboard, and an image expands to fill the screen of his monitor. A satellite photo of a rural landscape, annotated with GPS data. A set of map coordinates. So now I've got a target. A place to start digging. The Harfeld Manor. Conveniently located on an isolated stretch of countryside, miles away from prying eyes. Matrix records indicate that some sort of data vault exists beneath the estate, so that's what I need to get into. And this is where we came in. As if on cue, familiar image winks onto the monitor to Winter's left, Monica. Think I'm going to tap Schaefer for this job. She's got the skills to bypass whatever security they're running out there, and she's gullible enough to take the job in the first place. I'll feed her some line about the Flux State security, and she'll eat it up with a spoon. I warned her. Time to put plans into motion. By this time tomorrow night, I should have the information that I need, and on the off chance that Schaefer gets taken out, well, that'll tell me something too. Can't make an omelet and all that until then. When you play the 6th track, a small video window appears. You recognize the scene in the window. You're looking at the tattered drapes and nicotine-stained wallpaper of Winter's hotel room. So this is recent. Suspicions confirmed. Schaefer dead. Christ. Okay. Back up. Slow down. Start from the beginning. Got the call from a contact in the cruise bazaar. Schaefer killed on the estate run. Matrix security at the estate cooked her brain. Considering Schaefer's skill and experience, on-site IC must have been extreme, even by Berlin standards. Security of that kind costs money, real money. Given the evidence uncovered so far, corporate involvement unlikely. Connection to the Firewing is too strong. So, let's come right out and say it. The dragon is what we're dealing with here. The smart money says that she's coming for me next. Well, I won't go down without a fight. I've still got my contacts. I've still got my connections. And the flux state can be a hell of a weapon if the man who knows how to manipulate it. Time for me to make my play. Ghost stories or no. Missing Deckers or no. I've got to jack into the matrix and start pulling strings. The countermeasures that I installed earlier should be more than enough to keep me safe for the 20 minutes I'll be there. Schaefer's death was tragic. She was a staunch supporter of the F state. But still, all things considered, better her than me. As your finger nears the eject button, a black screen cuts over the static. A moment later, Green Winter's haggard face appears. If you're watching this, then I guess that they caught up to me. They will be after you too now. What the hell is this? Why didn't you warn me about this before I came here? I'm not going to be a jerk about it. Whoever you are, whatever you think you're after, you need to find Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Verclair? Well, not because he's my brother, but because if Firewing is rising again, he's the only one who can stop her. You've seen what happens to people who get too close to this. I'm dead, and dozens of others have died. You'll be next unless you can find Adrian. Nice. Alright. A dragon. Son of a bitch. Green Winter set us up against a dragon. The Firewing. She lives. I'm really starting to regret the fact that I didn't just stay at the hotel. Iger ignores him. Wait a second, we don't know for certain. The evidence seemed pretty convincing to me, love. I'll even take it a step further. I think that secret facility that we stumbled into was her lair. Just think about it. The Decker that Winters got those coordinates from was posting about Firewing. That then she was killed by that same orcish bastard that attacked us after Monica died. That's a direct link between the dragon, the scarred orc, and the Harfield Manor. And then Winters was killed by the same thing that killed Monica. Exactly. My gut tells me that the dragon is down there, Farouk. Someplace far beneath the surface. I think that we knocked on the door to her lair without even knowing it. And I think that given what we've seen, the dragon will do whatever it takes to keep us quiet about it. Okay. Going on the assumption that there is a dragon and that she will come after us, what do you propose that we do about it? That's not going to work. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to follow Winter's advice and we're going to find Vauclair. Yes, Farouk is right. Finding Dr. Vauclair should be our priority. If we're going up against a dragon, we need to find ourselves a dragon slayer. Winter spent 20 years searching for Vauclair, and it got him nowhere. How do you propose that we find him? With the help of an information broker. Back to the coffee shop. For this? No. While her is very capable, a task of this magnitude is beyond him. I need to make contact with the premier information broker in Berlin. We need to talk to Alice. Alice, best of luck, and I hope that you're rich. For this, rich enough, if only just. Who is this Alice? A most prominent figure in Berlin's shadow community. She provides information retrieval services for the F state. If Winters was right, if Vauclair is still alive, she can help us find him. Your key to speak with Alice. A cred stick? An encoded cred stick, yes. 10,000 million. Alice will not show her face for less. This represents the last of my personal savings, Farouk. Make this meeting count. Just to talk to her? Our standard fee. Alice is in a position to ask it, and we're in no position to argue. Just like I said, why doesn't anyone listen to me? Alright. Take the U-Bahn to the Alsted Spandau. There you will find a connecting tube that the locals refer to as the rabbit hole. You'll find a method of contacting Alice there. Don't call it that in front of her, though. Word on the street that she... Please hurry. While you're out, I will work on acquiring new contracts for the team. Alice is the best that there is at what she does, and her services carry a price tag to match. Alright. Okay. Alright, I think I'll actually go on and take a break there. So yeah, we're getting definitely into some deep stuff. So, I'm not actually going to spend it. I'm just going to look and see what we can upgrade. More body's always good. More ranged combat is definitely good. So we could do one more point of combat, and then another point in rifle, which would be good. We get that increased Deadeye. That would be nice. Why do I have throwing weapons? It's a waste of a point. Charisma is actually not that bad. We can pick up some more. See, we could actually go all the way out and get like a bunch of new etiquettes, which wouldn't be bad. I mean, it's not a horrible investment, but anyway. But yeah, we'll all go on and take a break there. And again, this has been Foolish Mortal 42, playing some Shadowrun Returns Dragonfall Director's Cut, the horribly long title. So yeah, if you like the content, go on and hit subscribe. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. And yeah, that'd be great. I'll see you guys in the next set of videos. Thanks again for watching.